We've got Heidi from Autodesk joining us today, so this is great. We've got some really exciting things to share with you guys today about things that are changing in your what we've grown to know as and love as our suites. To get started, I want to just introduce myself. I'm Clint Circo. I'm the operations manager here at CAD1.
And I'm Haley Chartier. I do inside sales here at CAD1.
And so Haley's here to help all you guys out, and then feel free as we go through this. We're going to give you a lot of information today, and I really want to emphasize that we work with Autodesk, and as a reseller, we have the opportunity to get a little bit of this information ahead of time. This is something that we really just got some details on very recently, but from what I've seen and what we were expecting, I'm very, very pleased with how beneficial this is to our customers. So we're really excited to share this with you today. So as you guys can see, if you can all see my screen, today we're introducing Autodesk Industry Collections. So let me jump in here. As Autodesk continues to transition from a fully subscription-based business, they remain committed to providing a greater value, more flexibility, and a simpler way to access the software. And so it's a long way of saying, we're switching from a perpetual license, buying a box of software and maintaining it with a maintenance subscription, to a subscription-based business in which you're paying for your software as you're using it, and excuse me, you're paying for your software as you're using it. But what Autodesk is doing here is really providing us with more flexibility and an easier way to buy your software and have access to more titles. And so let's get into August 1st. is a very significant day in our business. And so August 1st will start the industry collections and the sale of industry collections. It will also be the end of sale of perpetual licenses, and it will be the end of sale of Autodesk Design and Creation Suites. And so those suites we've grown to know and love, our Building Design Suite Premiums, Infrastructure Design Suite Premium, and the Ultimates and the Standards, are being consolidated into these industry collections. And so you can see our graphic here is really the three industries that the collections address: the AEC industry, manufacturing industry, and the M&E industry.
Some of the key benefits to the industry collections include access to more software titles, continuous access to new releases, and you will continue to have access to previous versions the way you always have.
So let's get into a little bit of the differences between collections and suites, and this gets into a little bit, the reason I believe and I see that we're providing better value in what we're providing with collections. And so with our design and creation suites, we had a pretty good deal. We had, with the Building Design Suite Premium, we had AutoCAD, and we had Revit, and we had Navisworks, and these were packaged products that made sense to go together. And so you weren't buying multiple individual products, but really getting the benefit in your suites. When we talk about industry collections, we get an even better deal in which we have more software titles. You're getting more for your money. And then as we move into collections, we're also seeing included more cloud services. And one thing that we have customers ask for a lot is shared access to cloud services. So hopefully that's a good thing for some of you guys out there. And then continuous improvement, these updates with the collections, and being a subscription business allows us to provide those updates more continuously. And so you're getting those updates instead of quarterly or annually. We're getting those updates as they're coming out, and then you have the option to download and use those new features as they come out. So additionally, we have greater flexibility, and so with our design and creation suites, on subscription, we only had single user access options. Now we have a single user access and multi-user access options. And then simplified packaging. And so what we're talking about here is one package per industry. And so if you're working in the AEC industry, we can provide you with the AEC solution, the AEC collection, as opposed to having multiple options, which really got to be confusing. And hey, I want this and this, and it really provides a good solution. So I know you guys are all really excited to see what's included here. So let's jump straight over to that. Here are the 3 collections that you'll have the opportunity to use. We have the AEC collection, and of course it includes a lot of those AEC products you guys are accustomed to having, the AutoCAD and the AutoCAD architecture, Revit, but you'll see there's some really great things that have been added to this apart from the suite. And so with this AEC collection, we also get P&ID, Plant 3D. We also get Navisworks Manage, and so all you guys out there using Simulate on a Building Design Suite Premium, this Navisworks Manage comes with your collection. We also have some great cloud-based selections that are included, including Green Build Studio, Lighting Analysis for Revit, InfraWorks 360, and then let's see, Structural Analysis for Revit, just to name a few. As we get into the Product Design Suite, of course we have the AutoCAD, AutoCAD Architecture, Inventor Professional, Navisworks Manage, 3ds Max, and Fusion 360 on the cloud. And so just to name a few. So you're really getting a whole bundle that provides a lot of different software options for you in one package. So then in the Media and Entertainment collection, the M&E collection, of course you get Maya and 3ds Max as well as Mudbox, and then Recap 360 and Character Generator. And every one of these comes with 256 gigs of storage on the cloud. All right, and guys, we're getting some questions roll in. As soon as I get through kind of all the content here, we'll move into questions. I'm sure you guys will have some. And so feel free to type them in as we're going, but we'll get to them here at the end of the program. We're getting close too. So software management, I just want to talk a little bit about, we have the ability, just as we have with our suites, to co-term the subscriptions with your existing maintenance plans and your existing subscriptions. I know a lot of people are concerned about having multiple renewal dates for multiple licenses. We're able to work around that for you guys. And then we also, as I discussed earlier, have single user and multi-user access with the collections. And a concern, of course, that would come out is if you're using existing network licenses, we can still use our existing network license environment and our tools and merge those multi-user licenses with your existing licenses, so you're drawing from a single pool. Happy to share any more of that information. Please contact us if you've got any more questions on the software management side. Okay, some of you guys may be sitting out there saying, hey, I have a subscription that is a Building Design Suite Premium or an existing suite. How do I move to this collection and get all the additional benefit? One thing I want to really stress is switching your existing subscription license is optional, and so this will not happen automatically, but if it's something you're interested in doing, you can work with your local friendly reseller, CAD One, to help you through that. But starting in October 2016, we'll have a very easy path to switch you from your existing subscription suite license to into an industry collection. And really with a perpetual, or I'm sorry, a premium or an ultimate suite, we'll be able to make that switch at no additional cost. Let's see, also, if you are subscribing to, if you're looking to get a new license before August 1st, before the collections come out, fear not, we will be able to make that switch after October 1st, just as I kind of discussed there. So I think I've delivered a pretty fair amount of information to you guys here. Just want to get into addressing some questions. I'm going to have Haley read off any questions here. We can start to tackle.
So 256 or 25 as stated on the slide. I think we may have had a little typing error. Storage, cloud storage.
Well, let's see. $25. That is correct. Heidi, correct me if I'm wrong there.
We don't get any AutoCAD updates. Why is this?
I'm going to have to get more detail on your question there. Maybe we can follow up after the webinar.
No additional costs until the term ends, but after that, then what?
We can jump into some pricing here in a minute, but really the pricing is in line with the existing suite pricing, and so really if you've got a subscription and moving into the collection, really the cost impact is fairly minimal. But I'll share some of that here in just a minute.
I assume cloud-based central model hosting is not included in the AEC suite. Also, when is Autodesk going to change from full install of new program to an upgrade of the existing install program?
All right, Ken, I appreciate the question. I don't have an answer for you right now, but I will get back to you with some specifics.
Will the serial numbers be switching? Do we know that?
I'm not sure if the serial number will upgrade, but typically when we switch license, either by year or renewal, we will get a new serial number, so I do suspect that, but you can work with us and our fabulous technical staff to help you through that.
So is this software going to be on the cloud?
No, the software will be, there are cloud-based selections in the software, and I'll jump back to that slide. So we've got our desktop software, which will be downloaded and saved locally, just as it always has been. And then we do have our cloud offerings included. And so the AutoCAD 360 Pro, and Recap are more cloud-based applications.
With the M&E suite, how can I use Maya for network rendering? I'm told there's a multi-user network license. Would that be the same license needed for ME suite?
Well, you guys are really throwing some tough ones at me here today. Yeah, Michael, I'm going to have to get back with you on that one. We brought Lawrence in to answer some tough questions here. So,
if I get an AEC collection, can I also get an inventor license?
No, the inventor license is included with the product design collection. And so I do want to emphasize that individual products are still going to be available.
Has Autodesk ever considered an a la carte approach to packaging software? For example, I will never use AutoCAD 360 Pro, but would use Maya.
Well, we do still have the individual software offerings, and so if you are interested in having Maya, that can be purchased individually. And Let's see. Matt, if you, I'd like to get with you and talk a little bit more about some other solutions we can build around that for you. I think we can come up with some good solutions to get you what you need in your software package. Okay. All right, waiting on some additional questions if anybody has any.
More general subscription question. Can you tell the differences between single user and multi-user for these suites?
The multi-user suite allows you access similar to the network access of the previous perpetual licenses. And so you can have one license that can be accessed and checked out by multiple individuals. So it'll operate very similar to previous network.
Any news on when Autodesk Expo will be released?
I suspect you're talking about Autodesk University. Nope. All right. Matt, you're going to have to be a little more specific on the Autodesk Expo. Okay. Well, I'm waiting to hear back from Matt. I do want to make sure you guys all know that Autodesk University will be held a little bit earlier this year than it has in previous years. It's November 15th through the 18th. And you guys can buy AU passes through CAD 1 as well.
When is the future of making things happening? Who should attend?
All right. Well, I'm great. Somebody asked that, and they're checked in as me, so I'm not quite sure who that is. But CAD 1 is hosting an excellent event here in the near future. Well, so we've got the Future of Making Things event. We've got some great speakers. Very high-level executives at Autodesk talking about where we're going in design and construction. We're hosting this event June 17th. It's at the Ballasteri Winery here in Denver, and we've brought together 4 great organizations. We've got the AIA, the AGC, ACEC, and IEC groups, and so really makes it a great view on where we're going in the industry. We're going to look at some emerging technologies and innovative design techniques, such as generative design and things like that. It'll be a great experience. I did just get information today that we are approved for 2 AIA credits as well with your attendance to that event. And so if you guys are looking to get some of those additional credits, we can get 2 hours of credits with that event. Also, let's see. Also to note, those are HSW credits, not just standard learning credits. And so should be a great event, a great networking event, and also a great view into the future of making things.
So if I'm currently have the Building Design Suite Premium, I would switch over to AEC Collection. I don't use anything except AutoCAD and Revit. Is there a better solution for my situation? And are these mandatory?
Okay, these are not mandatory, but I'll tell you, we're getting a lot of pricing questions. So let me jump into that here. All right, Haley, can you see that screen over there with some pricing?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move up. The questions about the AEC suite. And so we're looking at the pricing here. And what was the example? It was, Haley?
I don't use
software?
anything except AutoCAD and Revit. Is there a better solution for me?
Okay, well, perfect example. And so we can see the collection is priced at $26.90 per year. The AutoCAD standalone is $1,680 per year, and the Revit is $2,310 per year. And so if you're only using those two softwares, you already have a price benefit with the AEC collection.
When is the era of connection event?
I believe you're talking about the future of making things event. I do apologize. It's June 17th. You guys can head over to our website. There's a banner right on the front page where you can click to register. Really look forward to seeing you guys there.
Is this the only webinar you are running? I would like to invite others to see this. Very informative.
So we maxed out our registration, so we actually had some people that didn't make it in. We're looking to run this, I believe, every day this week at 11 o'clock. So if you've got other folks that need to listen in, need this information, please plan to check in at 11 o'clock. Let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I think we'll probably plan to do one next week just in case we have anybody that didn't have the opportunity to catch us this week. But, you know, very important information for you guys, and really excited to share. I mean, I think you guys can see by the pricing and what's included that there is great value in this suite. I also want to emphasize one of the great things in the suite here is the cloud services, and so you guys are getting access to really valuable cloud services. So I'll scroll down. Somebody's asking to see some pricing on the product design collection, and so again you can see the cost of the Inventor Professional on AutoCAD and Navisworks Manage, and so, you know, really, you can see the value in getting the suite. Let's see. And then for the M&E collection, we've got some pricing here as well.
Will Autodesk fabrication be added to the AEC collection?
I'm not that I'm aware of at this point. This is the information we have currently.
In your current screen, what happened to Revit and the cloud service? Not sure if we may have scrolled past that.
Oh, so the current screen is showing the M&E collection. So I'll get back up to the AEC collection.
How is this a negotiable increase? Just more pricing things.
Okay. I think one thing to emphasize here is that the collection, as it's priced currently, is less cost, at least on the AEC side, less cost than the Building Design Suite Premium, with a whole lot more included. All right. I'd encourage you guys to, I'm going to leave it open here. If you've got some other questions, please submit them. I'm going to leave this open for, I don't know, another 30 minutes or so, and then we'll be able to track through your questions and get back to you guys individually. But I do appreciate everybody's attendance, and again, we will be doing this similar webinar at 11 o'clock the next 3 days. So if you've got anybody else that's got some questions. Thank you guys all, and we'll talk to you soon.